Hey there neighbors, Kevin here with eTrailer, and today we have a 2017 Jayco Eagle Fifth Wheel trailer that we are going to be test fitting a few of our sectionals in from Thomas Payne. Now this one is the satchela color, and this is going to come in a couple of different variations, whether that's the 3-piece couch, the 2-piece couch, or love seat I should say, with the center console or without. Now this is going to come just like I have this other end set up here where the back is already taken off, and it's just going to be wrapped up and obviously boxed as well. So this is how it's going to come to your house. Each one of these is going to be in its own separate box. You'll have to unbox it all and then get it into your camper. Now with most campers, you're going to need at least a 26-inch entryway, which usually isn't a problem. With our specific one today, this is going to be a 28 3/8 inch flange to flange measurement. When you are measuring, make sure that you are getting it from the flange and not from the threshold. We don't want to get that because that's going to leave us with a bigger number than what we actually have, because the flange is what's going to stop us here. So now that we've kind of gone over that, I'm going to get each one of these pieces inside and we'll start breaking them down, or essentially building them back up and seeing how each one fits. Now getting in, not always the easiest, especially if you got a room right when you walk into your entryway like I do today. For me, I've got door handles I've got to watch for and a fire extinguisher mounted to the wall. So easiest way for me, set it down and then kind of just roll it over until we get past that. Assembly's super quick. You're going to have 2 tracks that you're going to match up with those posts that are sticking out from the back of our couch. I like to try and get one side on first and then work on the other, because they do kind of space it where you got a little bit extra room, kind of maneuver around. So sometimes you got to grab it with your hand, slide it in, and then we're just going to push straight down. So you hear it click into place. And then we have some hook and loop fastener on the bottom of our fabric here, and that's going to match up with the bottom of our couch, so that way all the mechanics are hidden and we look like we have a nice solid backing to it. With this one in place, I'm now going to go grab the rest of our pieces and we'll start building up the couch. All right, now that I've got all 3 pieces of the couch in, it's going to be just as simple as popping them together. Now there's going to be these cleats on the sides of each base, and that's going to just sink together. So for our center, we're going to drop this down on top of this and it'll lock it in place, locking the 2 pieces together, and then we're going to repeat that process over with our other end here as well. Now I've also already moved the couch back to where I have 3 inches of clearance, so that way this is already set exactly where we need it to be so that we can still fully recline. And then it's just a matter of lining these up. There we go. And once you kind of press down on it, it'll fully seat in. And just once more with our other end. There we go. Now that that's locked in place, it's all together, that's going to do it for the install portion of our couch. All right, now that we have shown you how to get it into your trailer, why don't we take a closer look at it and kind of go over some of the finer details, so that way you can determine if this is going to be the right one for your RV. Starting out, just looking at overall impressions of it, nice leather feel to it. It's got a polyhide, polyester fabric, or material I should say, I guess, where you could definitely clean it up by just kind of wiping it down. I would use a mild soap for sure. No kind of harsh chemicals or any strong cleaners or anything like that. Just some soapy water would be just what you need to kind of clean it back off if you do end up spilling anything on here. With it being that leather, it's also going to have those same kind of characteristics. So if it's hot and your skin's touching it, you're probably going to stick to it a little bit. If it's cold, obviously if your skin touches it, you're going to feel that right away. Just as an example, yesterday when I was putting some couches in, it's a lower 30-degree weather here, and my back touched it and it instantly shot up because obviously it's a little cold to the touch. Aside from that though, really nice couch. There isn't really a lot of frills with this one. This one really is just for comfort. And each seat on here is going to be comfortable because no matter which one you're in, you're going to be able to recline by simply pulling on the pull cord, which is located on the right side for the center console, or center seat, on the right side for our right hand end. We pull that up, and then on the left side here, it's going to be up against that armrest still too. So this is going to be the only one where it's different location for that pull cord. But as you can see, I can have 2 other people with me. We can recline back and easily enjoy a nice night watching some TV or just having the fireplace going. Moving on from that, we're going to start taking some measurements so that way you can see if this is the right fit measurement-wise for you as well. Now, one thing I want to go back to that I mentioned in the install is just the clearance behind our couch so that way we can actually recline. This one's great. It doesn't take up a lot of space like some of the other ones. You're only looking for about 3 inches, which looks like I have 2, and I was still able to recline. Obviously, if some other things are in your way, like your shades, any kind of drapery, or if you have something mounted to the wall, that's obviously going to be a factor to consider. But now let's see, how much space do we actually have to sit? So for each individual seat, I'll do the center one separate just because it might be slightly different, but we're sitting at 21 inches width-wise. Up to the back, it's also 21, so that 21 by 21, I'm going to assume this is probably pretty close to the same. We're right around like 22 on the middle one, so the middle seat's going to be a bit bigger, 22 by 22, and then we'll check out our right seat as well. Now, I'm not pushing in on that cushion, so that could be kind of changing my measurement, at least for the depth. Obviously, as you sit in it, it's also going to want to go back a little bit more. But yeah, that's 21 by 21 again on that side. Now, as far as height goes, I don't like having it to where my knees are going to sit too high up or to where my feet are dangling because they're not touching the floor. So, if you're interested in that measurement as well, the top of our seat's going to be right around 19 inches. So that's pretty standard when it comes to RV couches. For the back, it's going to be right around 22, maybe 21 and a half. A little hard to get this because it is at an angle going backwards, and obviously the cushions are going to kind of be depressed a little bit in some areas and kind of throw off when you're measuring. But overall, there's a lot of space on here. It's easy to recline, and it's not going to take up extra space, needing more clearance behind it for that reclining action. So overall, it's going to make a really great option for you if you are looking to replace your furniture. Now, one other feature I did want to mention as well is going to be the center section is going to flip down, and that's going to give us a nice place for us to set our plates. Maybe we're going to play some cards. I know I like to sit here if it's raining inside and just play some cards, watch some TV with whoever I'm with. And obviously, you got your cup holders here. These are pretty wide. Let's grab my tape measure as well. We can get a good read on that as well. So you're looking at 3.5 inches for this top section. Bottom one, just kind of eyeballing it, you're looking at right around 2.5, maybe 2 5/8. So for those mugs, it's going to fit in there. But if you have a larger bottle like I do here, even that one will as well. So at around 77 inches overall lengthwise, this is a pretty big couch. It's obviously going to be the biggest version of this sectional in this color. But why don't we go ahead, this used to be a just 2-seat with a center console love seat in this area. As obviously you can see I'm right by the table that used to have a chair here. So why don't we swap out our center section, we'll get that center console, and this is going to kind of draw in our couch a little bit more so that we get some more room here and we can put our chair back and obviously be able to eat our dinner. All right, now I've got the center console in place. It's going to be those same little cleats that pop in, but I did want to mention one other thing. So on the back here, we're going to have a wire harness that's poking out a little bit, and then we're going to have a charger that's going to be inside of this little cubby here, and you're going to want to plug that in because that's going to run up to this charger that's up top here, so that way you can easily just charge your phone without having to hook into anything. It's going to be that nice just drop-in wireless charger. All right, now with the 2 seats and the center console, that's going to drop down our overall width here to right about 64 inches. So that's going to open up a lot of space for us compared to that 77-ish, a little bit under that we had before. Now, obviously, the 2 ends here are going to be same as what we talked about before, but the difference maker here is our center console, where we now have a nice cushion as an armrest. We have a nice spot for our cup holder here. Now, these are a little bit smaller than the previous one, so diameter on that is right at maybe a little bit under 3 inches, probably 2 7/8. So that's obviously going to be your skinny cans. Maybe your regular 12-ounce cans are going to fit in there, but you're not going to have a koozie or any other kind of attachment or accessory on it. It's not going to fit that extra space. Or if you have those thinner mugs where it kind of gets smaller at the bottom, that'll probably drop in there pretty easily. Now, the big game changer here, aside from the extra storage, the cup holders, is going to be the wireless phone charger. You can easily just drop in your phone, and as long as you're plugged in, it's going to start charging it, and you don't have to have an extra cable Takes just one step out of that process for you, so that way you don't have to remember it. Say you forgot it when you're packing up, you still got your couch to help charge your phone while you're out at the campsite. So I'm going to pop this out real quick. I'll start out taking off one of the ends first. It does kind of make it a little bit easier if you're not fighting both sides at the same time. And you can pop that out. I've already unplugged the wire harness that we have here. Pull that out of the back. We can set that aside. Now, same thing. We're just going to match up our cleats. Pop it in place, and now that is going to drop us down to right about 53, maybe 54 inches, somewhere in between the two, probably closer to the 53.5. So definitely gives us a lot more working room here, so that way I can throw the dining room chair back in. People can eat at the table, and then we can still sit over here. We can recline and kick back and watch our TV. So that is the final version of this 3 to 4 piece couch set that we have here. Now there are a lot of other color options for you as well. So say the Satchela isn't really what's going to match the interior of your trailer. There are other options available as well, and different styles of material. So if you're not looking for the leather, maybe you want more of that cloth feel, there is that option as well. If you're the person where this isn't good enough for you, you want some extra features, you want heated seats, you want massaging in the seat, you want extra cup holders, and the cup holders that have the built-in lights, then check out the Seismic series of Thomas Payne's RV furniture, and that is going to give you those extra frills, so that way you're really enjoying those times when you're out in your camper. So that is going to do it for our look at and installation of the Heritage series in the Satchela color from our Thomas Payne RV couches and love seat collection here. If you have any more questions, whether that's fitment, sizing, any kind of measurements you need, or maybe you just need help picking out the right color, definitely feel free to reach out to us via our Ask the Experts link, a comment on this video, or a phone call to our customer service department, and we'd be happy to help you out on your journey.